Good morning to all of you. On 15/12/2020, that is on Tuesday, the single judge bench, Justice Vibhu Bakru of Delhi High Court, while disposing the criminal appeal number 613/2020 in the case of X versus State within bracket NCT Delhi 2020, held that the marriage promise, it cannot be called inducement when several continuous and indefinite period of time the consensual sex has taken place. That means if the boy or the accused, under the guise of promise of marriage, had sexual intercourse with a woman who voluntarily came forward and who has given the consent, it cannot be called it cannot be termed as the rape. Normally, first at the outset itself I am cautioning you. Please remember, every case depends on the facts and circumstances. So this is one such case where the accused is held not liable under section 376 of the Indian Penal Code. But please remember, all cases may not be like that. Normally, you may be knowing, it is quite common that a person induces a woman under the false promise of marriage, enjoys her sexually and later abandons her. Then what happens? So this is one such example. Now let us know the background matter. On 15/8/2015, the victim, since we should not name her, so she is called X, the victim went to Malaviya Nagar police station of Delhi itself, right? And she gave a report against the accused, Mr. Manu. So stating that he promised to marry her, they have got a conjugal relationship, and he took her to his house, stayed there for some time, and later he went to Uttar Pradesh to reside in his chacha's house due to some problem. There he developed illegal contact with some other woman. Then he married her, and now after coming back she came to know the information. Then he said he would keep both of them, for which she objected, and ultimately, since no justice was done to her even after contacting the elders and the family members, she gave the report. Now the police registered a case under 417 and 376 IPC. You may be knowing 470 is another definition of cheating. That means cheating by inducing. That is under the dishonestly, under the false promise of marriage, he cheated her. Number 2, 376 is rape. So against her will, or if the against her consent, even though the consent is obtained under this false promise, it may come under section 376. Now the police arrested the accused and filed the charge sheet against him. Right? The trial went on. Of course, the trial, the main witnesses, the victim and her relatives. That's all. The others, no others came and deposited any independent evidence. And after going through the record, of course, even the statement of the prosecutor itself is sufficient to show that there is physical contact between this person, the accused, and that woman. Right? So it is with her free will, own free will. So she has given will and with her accord only, because she has got too much affection to him. Therefore, she agreed to stay with him. He agreed. Actually, she agreed. Even though when he went to Uttar Pradesh also, she was available. And after the conjugal issue, after their union, then they have addressed the parents. The parents also had some talks. Of course, they did not materialize. After this prolonged issue, then only she came and reported the matter before the police. So it is established that the physical relation between the accused and this victim has been continued for a long time, and with her own will, free will, and with her free will and accord, she has given consent out of affection towards him, right? Thus, her consent was not obtained by fraud. or by making the promise of marriage. Please remember here, it is established in the evidence that prior to the promise of marriage itself, there was a sexual relationship with them. Of course, later he promised that he would marry her, but he could not keep up his marriage. Here, this is the main difference. Then the talks of marriage between the elders of the family also took place, of course, but they could not be successful. So, therefore, it is clearly established, but the consent here is given out of free will. It is not by force, it is not by coercion, it is not by cheating, it is not by the false promise of marrying her. First of all, the sexual intercourse took place, then only this boy promised to marry her. Of course, he could not fulfill his promise also. Therefore, the Delhi High Court, bracing on the previous Supreme Court decision, it is a celebrated case, that is Pramod Suryabhan Pavan versus State of Maharashtra in 2019. So it held, the Supreme Court held that in this case, the consent under section 375 IPC involves an active understanding of the circumstances. The consent will be given under the active understanding of the circumstances, actions, and the consequence of the proposed act. She knows, she is aged more than 20 years or so. She knows all these things. She had sexual contact with him, then he promised to marry her, but he could not fulfill his marriage. He married another woman, and now she has come and given the report. So, the evidence adduced so far by the trial court. The trial court has come to the conclusion that out of her free will, this act took place, that it is not rape. Therefore, he was acquitted. Right? So, agreed by the decision of the trial court. Now, this woman X approached the Honorable High Court of Delhi, and the Honorable High Court also found no infirmity with the conclusion reached by the trial court, and as such, the appeal was dismissed by Justice Vibhu Bakru. So here, please remember 2 points. Number 1, there was continuous act of the so-called union of these people, and thereafter only he promised to marry her. So here the consent is given voluntarily out of love and affection towards him. Therefore, it is not at all an offense under section 375 IPC. Of course, when 375 is not there, the second point, cheating will not come. Suppose if he married, if he has given a false promise of marrying her and then he had sexual intercourse, at least the provisions of section 417 would have been attracted, but here it is also not there. So, here, therefore, now the Honorable Court held that the marriage promise cannot be called inducement when sexual activity continued over indefinite period of time. So this is the crux of the judgment. This may be useful to you as advocates and sometimes. So please read the judgment and enrich your legal knowledge. Thank you.